What if you are one of the letters of the rainbow and you are a Muslim? Now, most people will say, haram, 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 throw yourself up. No, we're not going to approach it like that. No, there is a lot to be said about this subject, so let's start. First of all, God created men and women, male bodies, XY DNA, and female bodies, XX DNA. But we as Muslims, and all who believe in God and in the unseen, we know that we're not just physical bodies. No. There is a person, a soul within that body. And we're going to call that masculine energy and feminine energy. Now, everything in creation is created in duality. Light and dark, good and bad, day and night, and so on. Everything, including masculine and feminine. Now, the duality of all things makes complete. Meaning, a masculine energy and a feminine energy make complete. They make a divine union. Now, if you are one of the letters of the rainbow, specifically if you are attracted to someone of the same, the question is, are you attracted to that purely based on physical appearance or because of the energy? In the first case, if it's purely physical, then I want you to consider that this physical world is nothing but an illusion. This is temporary. This is not going to last. So that type of attraction is a very empty, shallow, superficial attraction. So I'm not going to focus too much on that. The idea that we are here is to ascend way beyond the carnal experience. No, to ascend into spiritual experience, okay? So I'm going to focus on the second thing, that is to feel attracted to a certain energy, okay? Now, like I said previously, the duality makes completion. Now, it can be that you are a female, but you're not in your naturally feminine energy, but you are in masculine energy. For example, you are in decision-making, leadership, taking control, discipline. Now, the question is, why are you like that? Why are you in that type of energy? And it can be, when you do the introspection of why you are the way you are, that this comes from your childhood. For example, the lack of control that other people took over you. They didn't help you with your homework. So your future depended on your discipline, on your decisions, on your taking control, all these things. Which made you be in this type of energy. Now, naturally, if you are in a certain state, you will feel completion with the lacking part. So if I am in masculine energy, I will feel completed in the presence of feminine energy. Now, you can find feminine energy in a male body, a man who is in this type of energy because of what happens in his life, or you can find feminine energy in a female body, okay? But as you see, the problem started because my energy was disrupted. And then that is where it comes to returning to your natural fitra, the state upon which you were created. And that is a lot more than monotheism. People mistake this. The natural state in which you were created is a being of light, love, innocence, forgiving, pure, living in the present moment. Everything you see in very small children, like the age 2, 3. Because after that, it already starts changing. It starts changing under the influence of this dunya. The experience of pain, hardship, all these things. That changes the creation of God. Because God created you to be that person, but this dunya changed you. Now, what we are instructed to do in Surah Ash-Shams, verse 7 to 11, but in many mentions in the Quran, is to purify ourselves. To purify ourselves and return to fitra. To purify ourselves from the effects of this dunya. So that also means to return to the natural state of our energy. So if I am a female to return to my natural state that is feminine energy. So that means that I have to do a lot of introspection to understand why my energy is not in balance. If I understand how it's not in balance, then the next step is obviously to try to change that. And then the next step, or more so the effect from that, if you can return to your natural energy, that is that you will feel attracted to the opposite of that, to complete. So I know that this might all sound very abstract, but I hope it made sense. Now, in a rude way of saying it, to return back to a very primitive like understanding of the rainbow and Islam, is it's not a sin, it is not prohibited to feel the way you feel, but it is a sin to act upon it, to bring it into actions, to bring it into practice. So yeah, also if you are the letter T and you changed your physical appearance, the Quran says that it is the effects of shaitan, the effect of this dunya, that shaitan will try to convince you to change the creation of God. So do you want to do that, or do you want to be how God created you to be? And I want you to understand that we are all tested in different ways. There are people that are tested with addictions, that are tested with physical pain. Others are tested with emotional pain. Others are tested with these type of things, attractions to things and people that they shouldn't have. We're all tested in different ways, and we are not in any position to say that one hardship is easier or better or whatever than another one. No. But important to know is that God never burdens anyone beyond what it can bear. Just know that, okay? So take all these things that I said into consideration, especially that we feel complete in duality. So when we find what is lacking within ourselves, because this is a very essential thing to understand. So I hope this helped. If you have any more questions related to this subject specifically, or to other subjects, then leave them in the comment section, okay? Bye, have a nice day. God bless you.